Hello, Leo, and welcome to your tarot card reading for June 2024. It is a fantastic big month, everyone. June is huge. We have Jupiter now in Gemini. We have the sun through there. We've got Venus. We've got Mercury racing through. We're going to have the activation of Cancer later on. We've got Mars in Taurus. So there's going to be a lot of activity that goes on. It's going to be a fantastic month to really see progress, to see developments, to see and feel that true sense of hope that these manifestations, that this lifestyle that you are hoping to cultivate is actually and truly possible for you. So I think generally speaking, there are going to be a lot of really wonderful things that happen for the most part. And there's going to be this new sense of revival that kind of rushes through everything. So I think it's going to be a fantastic month. So as you're watching these tarot card readings, you are free to watch for either your sun, moon, or rising sign. However, when I do reference transits, probably the rising sign is going to be the most accurate in terms of house placement. So just keep that in mind. Another really quick little thing, I'm going to be starting to post really short dailies on YouTube. I've already been posting them on Instagram and TikTok, and I just really wanted to incorporate these on YouTube as well. 1 to 2 minute daily astrology, daily tarot card pulls. So if you really want to make sure that you hit those, please make sure to subscribe, hit the little bell so you get the notification every time those get posted. Those will probably get started June 1st. Okay, so just FYI on that. Also, the comprehensive readings, we go really, really in deep in these comprehensive readings every month. We get a whole second reading. So if you want to join for that, you are more than welcome. All the information on how to access those are going to be found on the pinned comment down below. I'll pin a comment there, and you can also find it in the description box too. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you all so much. I love you. Have a great month, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi, Leo. So I was actually shuffling and preparing for the reading, and the unicorn card popped out. So I wanted to pull that for you, although I know I didn't do it on camera, but I wanted to pull this for you or keep it out for you since it did organically come out. So, well, we love a unicorn spirit. This is a beautiful card to start off with. And it says, indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. Now, I love this, not only because you're a Leo and your motto is I create, right? But also because it's Gemini season. We have 11th house activation for you. So I think generally speaking, there is just kind of this more artistic quality coming through, and having Jupiter now in Gemini, it's more positively aspected to your sign in a sextile there. So there's going to be a little bit more expansion for Leo. And I know that last month, right, the reading for May was a really, really bold, tough reading. And I'm kind of sensing that there's going to be an easing for Leo as we make our way through the rest of the year. So that's going to be a really good thing. So really tapping into your creativity, tapping into your imagination, and your just overall creative spirit. Whatever it is you create, right? Create is such a open term. But whatever it is you create, this is a great time to really focus on that. Focus on the energy of bringing things into the world and manifesting things. We also have a card that says protection, okay, which means that you're in a really, really good spot. I kind of feel like the protection energy is maybe a little bit more divine, right? That you are in this moment divinely protected. So whatever choices, whatever chances you're thinking of taking, I don't know that the risks are really that high. They may feel high. They may feel like a really big deal. They may feel scary. But honestly, also with Mars coming over that 10th house cusp, I think you're just in this position of like taking authority, grabbing the bull by the horns here and really making something happen for yourself. You are protected in those endeavors. So, I don't know that Leo should have a lot of fear in terms of moving forward and, pulling the trigger on certain ideas. So when we have the creation energy of the unicorn plus the protection, it's kind of like green lights all the way. So if you needed a sign, if you needed some kind of validation, this is it, 100%. I would say pedal to the metal as much as you can. I don't want to see my Leos holding back. And no one wants to see anyone being held back or shrinking away from things. And I think sometimes life circumstances just kind of come up and we kind of feel that way. But I don't know. I think right now this is not a time for Leo to shrink. It's not a time for Leo to scale back or to say, I can't because of X, Y, and Z reasons. It's a time for you to say, well, I can because of A, B, and C reasons instead. So being really, really more progress oriented and optimistic. Okay. So we've got a couple of angels coming out, a lot of wings. We have the protection, excuse me. We've got the bird here with the wings, a lot of wings with the angels. And as you are moving, I know you're moving. I know you're transitioning here. I'm not going to lie. Okay. 8 of Cups is not the easiest card. Okay. Because when we have an 8 of Cups, we are moving away from something that is comfortable, something that feels secure, and we're moving away into something that is not so much. But remember, for months now, I've been saying that this is not a year for us to just be comfortable. It just simply is not. Okay, this is not a year for us to stay stagnant and to be in our little nest and to be, kind of where we've been. This is a time for us to scale out. Ever since this stuff happened in Aries season, and I know we're a couple seasons beyond that now, and I'm not trying to continually rehash everything that happened in Aries season or in April. But Aries season was like a really potent time. Okay, April was a powerful, a powerful shift. Okay, and especially with that Uranus-Jupiter conjunction that happened, and so there's just a lot of energy trying to push us forward so much, and it does require that discomfort. Okay, we have to put ourselves in that scenario. And I think creation can also be a really uncomfortable experience, because as you are creating yourself or creating something, right, there's always a lot of learning that goes on. And nothing is perfect. It's not a straight linear line, right? But it's really more about saying, but I'm ready for it. Right? I'm ready for the change. I'm ready for the evolution. I'm ready to get myself out of this 15-year era of time and really embrace this next chapter of my life, and understanding that between now and next year, it's just all going to be one big feeling of transition. And it's going to be all one big feeling of ascension and transcendence and coming up out of these dark coffins here in the Judgment card, right? Where we are rising up. And your creation energy is how you're going to be doing that. So what are you going to create? What are you going to make? Are you going to make a beautiful home? Are you going to make a beautiful business, a profitable business? Are you going to make a piece of art, right? What are you going to make? And what are you going to learn through making it, right? Because through making it, we learn so much about ourselves. And with that Judgment card, I see a lot of like epiphanies and a lot of ideas. It's like the creative energy is like just going to be going. This is why I love Gemini season, because this is how it is. It's a lot sometimes, and it's disorganized and it's all over the place sometimes, but we also have all these sparks, and it's going to be accentuated even that much more with Jupiter in there, right? So it's like, why not open yourself up to all the possibilities? Why not open yourself up to the ideas? Why not open yourself up to guidance and divine, illumination in terms of how you can make this transition the best possible transition? Okay, because I think a lot of people, like in the years to come, we're going to look back on 2024 and realize how potent it really was. Although it does feel subtle with the Temperance card. It's like something big is happening, but also like nothing's really happening, right? Like you're just living your life. You're doing your things. You're creating your stuff. It's all very mundane. It's all very regular, but it's not really regular. It's big. And in the years to come, we'll start to really understand how this year played such an important role in who we are at that point. Okay. That's true always. I guess we could kind of argue that that's kind of a generic statement. Yeah. Okay. It is a little bit generic, but I think sometimes, some years, some moments, some transits are a little bit more potent than others. But again, with Temperance, I don't see you going overboard with things. I don't see things being overwhelming this month. I see things being manageable, but also Like it's a lot of ideas and a lot of creativity and a lot of maybe risks. Maybe Leo's going to be taking some risks. Queen of Coins. Page of Coins. Actually, okay. Yeah, I had a feeling that card and then I saw it. Okay. Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Queen of Coins. You know, she's very concerned about profitability, earning, making sure things actualize. You know, creation is wonderful, but we also want to make sure that we're getting ourselves over some finish lines at this point. We want to make sure that we are crossing off those to-do list items and crossing off those goals, those smaller goals, and making sure that we're climbing that ladder in a, you know, dedicated, persevering, consistent kind of way. The Queen of Coins is very, she's a nurturer. And so I always envision her, I always say she's my gardener. Okay. And she's always out in the garden. She's weeding, she's watering, she's planting, she's moving things around, making sure things are together. Right? There's a lot of work that goes involved in it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be so stressful, right? I don't see my Queen of Coins, especially not with temperance. I don't see a lot of stress. And if you are in a high stress situation, this is your sign to somehow move away from that with that Eight of Cups. Okay, that this is a moment where a door is opening where you're hopefully going to be able to find a way out. Like if you're at a job and you really, really don't like it, this is your time to start looking for a new job or start looking for a side hustle that you can eventually replace with your job or start looking for something else. Because I'm kind of sensing that Leo is in a place where you just really don't want the stress. You don't want the stress. You don't want the strain. You want the ease. But I also know you're willing to do the work because the Queen of Coins does not shy away from what must be done. So it's not as though you're looking to, completely be a lazy person, right? That's not what it is. I think Queen of Coins she finds meaning and purpose with getting her hands in the dirt. Right? She finds meaning and purpose in making things more beautiful. And with the unicorn spirit, I think you're in that place of like, I want to make my life more beautiful. I want to make my life more abundant, more prosperous. And I do think abundance and prosperity is very much going to be on the mind over the next year with Jupiter and Gemini. Okay. I think the Queen of Coins is persevering. And yet also with the Page of Coins, it does indicate a learning process. And with the Page of Coins, Ace of Wands, there's like this fire that seems to be building up in Leo, something getting stronger, something getting more potent inside of you. Your spirit is calling you. Like there seems to be something, like last month's reading was a really tough reading for Leo. This reading feels like you come back to life. You come back to life. You start to feel that kind of surge of fire, that kind of flamey energy that says, okay, I'm ready for a new adventure. I'm ready for my life to start looking a little bit different. I'm ready, but I also am at just, again, it seems very baby steps with the Page of Coins. This is not the whole enchilada all at once. This is digestible, manageable, I can do this kinds of things. Okay. Saturn is retrograding at the very end of the month. Neptune is retrograding at the beginning of July. Both of these are happening in Pisces in your 8th house. I actually am wondering if this Saturn retrograde, as Saturn slows way down, Leo is going to start feeling the effects of that Saturnine energy slowing down, which means, again, you're not necessarily going to put so much pressure on the timing of things. And when you relieve yourself of the pressure of timing, I think you're going to find so much more freedom. You're going to find more space for you to grow, more space for you to blossom, more space for you to really become that person that you're trying to fully embody. And it does, like, I like the combination here. I'm not going to lie. I like the fact that Leo seems to be just like really just good with themselves. Like you're just good with where you're at. You're good with what you're doing. You're good with what you're creating. You're good with the pace at which you're doing it. I don't see you comparing yourselves to other people. But I also see you taking a lot on your shoulders and saying, but I still want this. And so I'm still going to do it. And I'm still going to dedicate myself to it. I'm going to show up every day and I'm going to show myself that self-respect, right? Because if I shrink away or if I hide or if I deny myself this, that I'm not doing myself any favors and I don't want to do that. So we're showing up, we're doing it, we're making it happen, but also like completely in your own time frame. There seems to be a lot of freedom. You're giving yourself a lot of freedom with what you're doing. And I think because of that, like I say, it probably will end up going faster. But I love the Ace of Wands, especially for a fire sign, because it's that spark. It's like that's the place where everything really begins. And I also am kind of feeling like you feel like you have some semblance of control. And maybe as you take these little baby steps and you learn things along the way and things slowly get accomplished, as that happens, you start to feel more and more in control, more and more empowered with what you're doing. And the more empowered you feel, the more valuable you feel, the more self-worth, the more disciplined you become. And it's ultimately going to snowball into something better and better and better. Okay? Let's see. What else? Okay. Okay. Five of Swords. So there is a little bit of carryover, I think, from last month. Five of Swords does indicate an issue, an obstacle of some sort. Mostly it's internal up here in your mind, but it may include someone else. I don't know. That Knight of Cups, we'll have to see with the clarifiers. I kind of feel like that's still your energy, Leo. I don't know that this month is necessarily surrounded by a lot of people, which is weird for me to say that because Gemini is like 11th house activity, right? We got Venus in there, we got Jupiter in there, Mercury is going to come in there. The 11th house does have a lot to do with like groups and friends and all of that. However, I'm actually really seeing it's just more focused on you. And maybe you need that right now, right? Maybe you just need to be more in your space, more in your creative energy as the unicorn, right? You just kind of need to be more whimsical right now. That's fine. But there may be someone in your space that is causing a bit, like I say, you don't want stress, but I'm not saying that there isn't stress around you or that there aren't. Like I say, if you work at a place that's not the best, or you have a boss that's really micromanaging, or if you're in a kind of a difficult romantic relationship or something, that's probably going to be something that's really nagging at you. And it's kind of nipping at your heels a little bit, trying to get you to, but that's the thing is like, I don't even know that we can look badly on this Five of Swords because I think what it's doing is it's pushing you out the door. And the whole point of this is for you to get pushed out the door. And for you to feel safe to do that. That's why the protection card came out. It's like, Leo, you're safe. Don't worry, Leo, you're safe. You're good. It's all good. You can do it. You can make the moves. You can make the big decisions, the hard decisions. You absolutely can do that. You're safe. And because it's a lot. The Five of Swords, it's like, it's really hard to live your life in a normal way when you have something just like hooks in your brain a little bit. You know, when something is nagging at you or there's a problem. Sometimes this could be with, dealing with other people, but also sometimes this Five of Swords could be like a financial, like if you're in a scarcity mindset right now or lack, or if you're living paycheck to paycheck, survival mode type thing, or if you are in a really toxic or abusive relationship, right? This is something that can have massive impact in your life. And this is something that can also steal a lot from this beautiful first set of 6 cards that we got. But can also be one of the best things that ever happened to you too, because maybe it gets to that point where you finally draw the line and you say, enough, I can't handle this anymore. It's so completely counterproductive for what it is I'm trying to create and make happen. And actually, you probably will start to feel the stark contrast between these two aspects of your life. You'll start to feel the beauty and the ease and the peace and the excitement and the passion of all this like stuff up here, right? All the Temperance and Ace of Wands and whatnot, and all the creativity and everything with the Judgment card. You'll start to really feel that in contrast with the Five of Swords, which is like the complete opposite of all of it. It is not creative. It is not productive. It is not efficient. It is not effective. It is not getting anything done. It's like a sinkhole, right? And it's just like spinning around and around. It's a battle you can never win, and even if you do win, right, you don't really win. No one wins anything. It's the same conversation over again. It's the same scenario over again. It's the same place over and over and over again. I think Leo is just so done with being in that Five of Swords place. And yet here it is. It's kind of got its hooks in, but you're actively moving away from it with that Eight of Cups. It's literally pushing you out the door. And maybe that's the best thing that could happen. When something reaches that inevitable point, it does seem like you've reached a point of inevitability right now. Okay. And what I don't even know that you feel that bad about it. Knight of Cups. Like, I don't think this is a person who's involved in this. I actually do think this is you. I think Leo decides to walk away is what I'm seeing. Eight of Cups, Knight of Cups. You decide to walk away because your balance and your peace, temperance with justice, I really just think Leo is prioritizing their peace right now. And whatever you need to do to get out of an unpeaceful situation or tumultuous situation or a mind-numbing situation, right? Whatever you have to do to get out, Leo is like, okay, I'm going to get out. And there seems to be no stopping you. But again, remember, there's no time pressure. I don't know that this is like, oh, we have to do it all in June. No, I don't think that's the case at all. It's baby steps with that Page of Coins. So maybe you need to get a plan in place. I'm not saying to just snap your fingers and throw your whole life up in the air and blow everything up, right? No, definitely don't do that. I think there needs to be some semblance of structure with the Queen of Coins. There needs to be some semblance of a plan and an idea and a concept and like, okay, we're actually moving forward. We're doing these things. And because again, we're not trying to destabilize. We're trying to stabilize a little bit. Now it's uncomfortable, right? But sometimes this Five of Swords can get weirdly comfortable if we've been there for too long. But again, you've reached that point of inevitability where you've got to cut yourself off from that Five of Swords. So whether it's a person, whether it's a circumstance, whether it's a mindset, whether it's a financial situation, whether it's a relationship, whatever it is, I really do think that you've reached the cutoff point. And this is a point where I think Leo just turns off. Just like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm sick of this. This is the thing about fixed energies, right? When they are done, they are done. Donezo. And it is pretty abrupt. Sorry for my voice. But I do think that you are looking to restore peace and balance in your life with this Justice card. And like with the Five of Swords, whatever it is, it's not like you didn't try. It's not like you weren't there. It's not like you weren't invested. It just wasn't for you. It just didn't work out. It's just, this is not the best place for you to be, plain and simple. It's like no feelings, no hard feelings. We just got to each go do what we got to do, And so I feel your optimism because there's just a lot of optimism here with this guy, with the Knight of Cups. I feel like your heart feels free, right? So you're getting yourself to a place of freedom, which is priceless, absolutely priceless. There may be a cost. We'll see what the clarifiers have to say. This may be a little bit more of a dramatic reading than it was in the beginning, right? But whatever the cost is, justice will ensure that will be paid back. Even I think temperance will ensure that as well. Like I say, you've got a lot of angelic protection going on here. So there should be no reason for you to be afraid to make these bigger moves or afraid to move in that new direction or afraid to walk away. You shouldn't be afraid. Okay? I think it could really be for the best. All right, let's pull out the clarifiers. So we're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about these cards in the comprehensive reading. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. All the info on how to access that will be found in the description box in the comment thread down below. So I have a feeling this is going to be kind of an interesting one. Okay, yes, Strength, not surprised. Page of Wands, 10 of Coins. Another indication that you're moving in that right direction. Judgment, I feel like that top one wanted to come out. 3 of Cups. The Tower and the Sun. Beautiful. I love the Sun with the unicorn in terms of the creative and imaginative energy. I think the reason why you're so capable of moving on is because this creative energy is so strong. Okay, 7 of Cups, 5 of Coins, and King of Cups. The Devil, Queen of Wands, and 4 of Cups. I don't even mind the Devil all that much. 9 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 2 of Wands. Ooh, I love when this happens. Ace of Wands on top of an Ace of Wands. Death and Queen of Swords. I'm going to pull one more just because we got a double. And the Hermit. Beautiful. The Moon. Queen of Coins again. Beautiful. I'm so happy we got such positive clarifiers on that. 2 of Swords. The High Priestess. And the 10 of Swords. Okay. This is what I mean. Dunzo. 4 of Swords. Ugh, love that with Temperance. 9 of Swords and 9 of Wands. Okay. This is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. So again, if you want to join, you are more than welcome. All the info down in the description box and the pinned comment thread down below. Thank you. And I'll hope you have an amazing June. Take care.